England, home of tea, the Queen, royalty. But then 2 days ago, showed perhaps showing, the worst ever performance in football, the England national team, as they somehow lost and were knocked out of the Euro 2016 by Iceland. This has been the worst performance in history of English football. I wasn't there in 1950 when they were beaten by USA 1-0 in the World Cup, so I'm not so sure what happened. First of all, I'm not English, so you guys can understand. I'm not really feeling that kind of anger like some of you people are feeling. But I'm basically Kenyan. Kenya were colonized by the English, British, and all stuff. But I'm pretty much disappointed, and I know how it feels like to be disappointed. So, because obviously I'm Kenyan, so I know how you guys feel. So now, what I want to talk about is why England failed and why have they been failing ever since the glory days of the 60s. Currently, I don't know who the manager is now, because Roy Hodgson did what he had to do and resigned, because if he did not, then his head would be chopped off. But the thing was that Roy Hodgson really wasn't the man for England. Okay, I know he did well for Fulham. He took them to Europa League final, saved them from relegation. He's like in his first time he was there. Then he did well at West Brom, made them have a solid season before he went to the England job. But when you put him in a team with resources, such as Liverpool, he failed. So why would you give him the chance of him to manage the England and be given the highest paid job of an international manager? I don't know. Then another thing is that, okay, and speaking for and furthermore, is the squad that he selected wasn't really the best squad they could pick. This English side and the Brazilian side of 2014, where they were like beaten up badly by Germany, that's some similarities. The only difference that I find between them was that Brazil was just slightly better than this English team. The Brazil of 2014, there were so many good players that they failed to pick, like Lucas Moura, Coutinho, just Kaká, Ronaldinho, just to name a few, and they got punished for that. Also, this English team, they left out Mark Noble, Danny Drinkwater, and many other players that did well for the season, and instead they just picked Wilshere and Raheem Sterling just because they're expensive. They're just expensive players to buy, and it soon costs. And further speaking, is their style of play wasn't really that. They don't really. I don't think they really have a certain style of play. Spain, Germany, Italy, and perhaps Brazil have had a style of play, and they've been playing it for decades. That's why they've had so much success. Even France. But now England, they don't even have a specific style of play. Like Roy Hodgson in the group games, he was just like picking random 11s and hoping to make them all gel. And obviously things just collapsed after that. Like honestly, they only had one real winger. That was Raheem Sterling. Well, okay, obviously James Milner was a winger at Man City, but now he's at Liverpool. Now he's like 30 and all his pace is gone. But still, he can give you some running. He has stamina, loads of it, and he can run for days. Only second to N'Golo Kante. But he wasn't played. I never even saw him play. I just saw him on the bench, just sitting there, warming the chair. He should be warming the fields, but he's just running like all the time. I honestly don't get it. And a really, really funny thing is that I was watching the game. They were losing 2-1, and they make Harry Kane, one of their tallest strikers, to take a corner. This makes no sense. It's like, let's just say someone like Per Mertesacker taking the corners, for people like Mario Götze to head them for Germany. I know he's retired, but you get the point. Why would you do this? Even his deliveries have been absolutely ass. They've been terrible. And the people like Rooney, Milner, Henderson can give out good, decent crosses. Even Sturridge could cross. And speaking of which, Sturridge was misused in the tournament. I didn't even see any service given to him against Iceland. He was the one giving the crosses for people like Kane, who I don't know how magically they did not know how to score. And if you have the top two strikers last season in the Premier League, according to goals scored, in one national team, and you guys fail to make, and they only go one goal between them, you have to know that there's something wrong with that squad. And there are many, that's what I'm thinking. Why would you have Jamie Vardy and Harry Kane in the same team and you can only get out of them only one goal? The service was poor and they basically misused them. Wayne Rooney, otherwise, and let's talk about Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney, the captain of England, was also one of the other players who was misused. He was playing like a holding midfielder against Iceland. A holding midfielder where you had someone like Eric Dyer who could do the dirty work for you. I was expecting Rooney to be pushed up slightly forward to help the attackers because he has the quality. I know he's old. Okay, he's just 30, 31, but still he's playing like an old man. He's pretty slow. His pace has abandoned him. But he still has the attacking position and the finishing quality that he had like of 10 years ago. If not maybe like slightly reduced. So put him up forward. You have Eric Dyer who can then like do the dirty work. I don't even prefer him as a central midfielder. The only reason why he was a central midfielder at United was because that we had an injury crisis back then. We even had to bring Paul Scholes back in. Anyway, that's another story for another day. So, otherwise, wait. Oh yeah, and another thing. I was just about to end it. I forgot one person. Joe Hart. Joe Hart. After the game against Wales, the game against Russia, where he conceded goals where he should have saved, you had to like give him a rest against Slovakia. Yeah, it was Slovakia. I keep on confusing Slovakia and Slovenia. You had to give him a rest against Slovakia and Slovenia. Like put in like Fraser Forster or the other Forster so they can get some game time, be happy, and give Joe Hart a rest. And I will be so surprised that in the next international break he gets called up. He never had a good season with Manchester City. Why would you? And also, okay, first he didn't have a good season with Manchester City, and he was pretty shaky. There were even signs. He's like faced very few shots, and the shots that he's faced, he's almost like flunked up all of them. How many goals has he conceded? I don't know. I'm too sick of counting. Anyway, otherwise, like Peter Drury, he made wonderful commentary. Like I want to state one of the quotes that he said, but just to edit it a bit. Where does English football go from here? I don't know. But in 1950, when they lost to USA, they ended up 16 years later. They ended up winning the World Cup. So 16 years from now, they're champions of Europe. You never know. Otherwise, oh, and finally, my congratulations to Iceland. I just wish that was Kenya one day. We just come and just in a tournament, people think we're gonna lose. I even predicted that they're gonna finish third in their group and just get out. But they've reached the last 8. Congratulations to Iceland. Keep up the good work. See you soon.